What's up, guys? I'm student Dr. Thompson. I'm a first-year medical student, and I'm here with my top 5 reasons why medical students should be on Twitter. So there's a lot of influential doctors right now getting tons of attention for their presence on Twitter, and I'm going to show you perhaps how and why they're doing what they're doing, and also how you can get started on Twitter right away. So top 5 reasons. Number 1, so you can be up to date by following big medical journals, professionals in the field of interest that you have. Also, big organizations like the Mayo Clinic or Johns Hopkins. You can stay up to date on current news, current technology, research. You can hear other people's opinions on legislation, and you can essentially be aware of what's going on and create your own opinion. So reason number 2 is to start creating an online reputation. So I know a lot of awesome doctors in my home community that are nobodies online because it didn't really exist. You didn't have to build a reputation, and so what they did was they built a reputation by word of mouth. They were an awesome doctor, people got to know them, other doctors got to know them. But essentially, if you moved into town and you were looking for a good ophthalmologist, you might not know that that person's a good ophthalmologist because he's not a good ophthalmologist online. He's just a good ophthalmologist in person. So today, our generation is kind of, I guess you could say, obligated to combine both. You've got to be a good doctor in person and build that same reputation they used to, but then you've also got to integrate that with who you are online. So number 3, network. Network with professionals in your field of interest. Follow them, tweet about them, respond to them, like their tweets, retweet. Essentially, you can get noticed. You can have them follow you when you're talking about what they're talking about, when you're talking about them particularly. So that's an awesome way to network. You can also network with fellow students, students from your own school, students from other schools. Find out what professional societies they belong to, what national meetings they're going to, how they got funding from their school to pay for the trip out to Washington, D.C. to go to that national meeting. You can also, a lot of progressive residency, what's the word I'm looking for? People that are essentially going to interview you for residency, those types of influential people are often on Twitter. You can follow them, you can talk about what they're talking about, and if anything, after following them on Twitter, when you're sitting in front of them in person in an interview, you're going to know what they care about and you'll have talking points. So networking is number 3. Number 4, times are changing and you want to be on the forefront of medicine. You don't want to be like the doctors who are now forced to switch over to an electronic health record. You don't want to be that way with social networking. We communicate with everyone via social networking. Like I communicate with my friends, my family, my school. Big companies communicate with you via social networking. Big box stores. Best Buy wants me to buy electronics from them. Walmart wants me to buy my pillows and bedding from them. And they're all bombarding me on social media. Well, one day the same thing is going to be true for medicine. We're going to follow our doctors. They're going to communicate with us. And I firmly believe that. I think it's just a matter of time. So I think making the choice to be on the front end of that versus on the back end of that will be advantageous to any doctor in the long run. So the first 4 reasons were all what can Twitter do for me, and number 5 is what you can do for Twitter. Essentially, Twitter gives you an opportunity to inspire others, to be a leader, to be influential. You can put your 2 cents in, and other people will follow you. They'll hear what you have to say, and you can start being a leader online today. It's very much possible to get important people to follow you, and your opinions count. So guys, some of you have Twitter. Those were my top 5 reasons. Some of you have Twitter, some of you don't. I think it's important to start a professional profile on Twitter. I am at SDR Thompson. That stands for Student Dr. Thompson. You can follow me or not, but one thing that's very important is on my Twitter feed, I follow about 99% of the people that I follow. They're all really, really, really important for any medical professional to follow. So whether you're a pre-med, you're a medical student, or you're a doctor yourself, check out my Twitter feed at SDR Thompson. And essentially, you could click down my entire list of the people that I'm following, and you'd have a great starting point for your first go at Twitter as a medical professional. So guys, thanks for watching, and stick around for more great videos.